And welcome in once again to the Dream Cruise Roadshow here on Detroit Public TV and DPTV.org. Fred Nahat alongside Bob Lutz. Much more to look at, and in some cases, Robert, listen to along 9 Mile and Woodward. And this next one certainly has a signature sound. Emmitt McGowan, the 1965 Factory 5 Cobra replica.
Yeah. And it looks vaguely like an original Cobra. It's got the same shape bodywork. Of all of the various companies that produced Cobra replicas, I think Factory 5 is probably the most successful and the most reputable. And it's a very brutal-looking car, as you'll see that the rear wheels actually protrude out from under the fenders. And stylistically, it's close to the original Cobra. Chassis-wise, not so much. Engine is whatever the guy wants to put in it. Including up to a 427 engine, and it's not original, but if you're going to buy a replica, a Factory 5 is probably the way to go. And I think the one big difference to the originals had aluminum bodywork. The Factory 5 and all the other replicas used fiberglass. You can't tell from the outside, but it's sort of a litmus test on whether you have a real Cobra or not.
And there's also a certain sensibility around folks and that I guess are drawn to a replica. What informs that sort of love of this idea of design?
Usually it's because the original is unaffordable. Mm-hmm. For instance, a real 1960s AC Cobra with a big engine, even 10 years ago they were trading at $400,000, and a good specimen with a racing history is probably well north of $1 million now. But you can get a replica for $100,000, maybe even under $100,000. In some cases, you can do the kit yourself that comes in parts, and you can put it together yourself. So it's kind of a way to enjoy your dream car, and it's not totally authentic, but it'll fool 99% of the people and fun to drive, and you can live your dream even though you can't afford the real thing.
Well, you know what they say, it's not the money, it's the amount. So let's learn more. Here's Eric with Emmitt McGowan and his Factory 5.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me.
I love your car.
Thank you.
Love Cobras. You know, one word to me describes a Cobra, and that's mean.
I agree.
These things just look mean. They look mean from a distance, from the front, from behind. They're just awesome.
I agree.
Pure power.
Yep.
So tell me what we got here.
Well, this is my Factory 5 Cobra replica.
Okay.
I built it myself. It was a 2-year project for me.
That's pretty quick, man.
Yeah.
2 years.
I'm pretty good.
There you are.
I put my own drivetrain in there. It's a 385 series Ford motor. It's stroked to a 533. Makes about 700 horsepower.
700 horsepower.
Absolutely.
And this car weighs how much approximately?
About 2,500 pounds.
That's a pretty good ratio.
28 with me in it. But yeah, it's got a performance automatic super comp transmission. The rear end is built by drivetrain specialists in Warren, Michigan.
Okay.
And the paint is by Rick Muskian at Motor City Solutions in Taylor, Michigan.
And tell me, what is it like to drive this car?
It's an animal. I mean, it's an animal. It makes the horsepower. It gets it to the ground.
Yeah.
And it's just a blast, a joy to drive. I wouldn't want anything else.
This is beautiful.
And
man.
I built it, so that makes it even more special.
Isn't it great when you make something yourself?
Absolutely.
And you get to enjoy it?
Absolutely.
So, how much do you love being on Woodward with this thing? I mean, you got to be just looking, prowling.
I tell you what, I take every Dream Cruise week off for my vacation.
Do you really?
Oh, I have to. I enjoy it. I live for it. It's my favorite week of the year. And prowling, no, I just kind of drive and enjoy it.
I got you, man. I got
right.
you. All right, dude. Hey, great
you.
meeting you. Thank you
meeting
so
you.
much for coming out.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Enjoy the car. All right, Fred.